Our next guest is Mr. Pacious, President and CEO of Choice Hotels International.
Good morning, AAHOA, and thank you for allowing me this morning to talk to you about the one leadership trait that I look for in my executive team. You know, every Monday morning, my executive team sits down and we meet to make sure that we are achieving our goals and making sure that we are delivering for our franchisees. And when I look around the table at those meetings, every person has one leadership trait in common: a growth mindset. I consider this to be the most important quality a member of my executive team can possess, because those with a growth mindset do the most to maximize the return on investment for our owners. How we think about learning and our abilities has a direct impact on our ability to improve. A leader with a growth mindset says things like, "I can learn anything I want. I want to be challenged, and I don't give up." We've all seen the opposite at play, a fixed mindset. Those with a fixed mindset believe they're either good at something or they're not. They give up when they're frustrated. They seek praise over encouragement. And this kind of thinking has no place in an industry that's evolving as rapidly as ours. Whether it's the proliferation of distribution channels, or the impact of the sharing economy, or the way that new technologies seem to spring up overnight. The only way to win is to operate under a growth mindset. And I'm proud that the leaders at Choice do just that. They are not satisfied with the status quo. They are not intimidated by uncertainty or by what has come before. Instead, they create what they wish to see, even if it doesn't yet exist. To borrow a quote from Robert F. Kennedy, our leaders dream of things that never were and ask, why not? My leaders have asked, why not, time and time again. And thanks to our growth mindset, it's paid off. We're a company of many firsts. The first to offer online booking, the first with a mobile app, and the first to launch a global reservation system in over 30 years. The members of my team are not afraid to ask why not and take on challenges that many doubted were possible, like successfully transforming a brand that has been around for nearly 40 years to ensure it's around for another 40 years. When the doubters said it can't be done, just walk away, we worked with our franchisees and invested $2.5 billion in the brand's renaissance. While others would rather start from scratch with a new brand, we see runway for growth in each of our 12 brands. When we saw an opportunity in the upscale segment, many said it's impossible to move up in segments and create an upscale brand. Well, our growth mindset said, we can and we will. Today, thanks to my team, we have solidified our position in the upscale segment, and we've built two brands, one of which has hotels open or in the pipeline in 38 of the top 50 US RevPAR markets. And the second is the industry's first upscale soft brand that has more hotels open than the top 3 competitors combined. We did not revert to a fixed mindset when OTAs began fueling the misperception that the best rates are found with them. Instead, my team leveraged their growth mindset and drove some tough negotiations to stop the practice of dimming. We launched an ad campaign to set the record straight and drive direct bookings. And we're seeing success. On average, nearly 6 out of every $10 of revenue came from our proprietary channels last year. Said differently, direct booking revenue growth far outpaced OTA growth. These audacious undertakings turned into remarkable achievements because we are confident enough to learn the rules and then change them. Of course, an executive team cannot do it alone. I rely on every Choice employee to embrace and exhibit a growth mindset. This helps us build a culture that supports calculated risk-taking to service our franchisees. It's the only way to continue our legacy of staying on the leading edge. So I want to leave you this morning with the words of Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, who is also a big believer in the growth mindset. He said, quote, "Ultimately, the learn-it-all will always do better than the know-it-all. And those of us at Choice are committed to be learn-it-alls." Have a great conference, and thank you for the invitation.